have my mic on me. Buenos dias. Oh, I forgot my drink. My diet Dr. Kelp. Give me one sec. Oh, let me stretch. I'll go get it. I'll go get it. Give me one sec. Sorry. Oh. Oh. Alrighty. Good morning, everybody. NBA Rivals Week is popping off, even though the rivals have been something fun to look at. Some of them are just like, bro, what? Just because the Ball brothers on different teams doesn't mean we care about it. Or Pistons Rockets like tonight. That's actually gonna be a fire game. Pistons Rockets is gonna be a good game for sure. Actually, so that's gonna be good. Wait for some people to hop in. Been going live for a minute. People hop in for a minute. If you're in chat, say what's up. Say what's goody. Man, that game last night, Clippers Lakers was good game, dude. Good game last night. And it was following me talking about Luka being the MVP. Yay! 32 points, and they lost. So they're just looking rough over there, man. They're looking really rough. Now they're the 6th seed. The Lakers are. So we're gonna have to see how that does for them. Don't know if that's gonna be good or not in the future. Give me un momento. All right. If you're in chat, say what's up. Say what's up. Today's gonna be very. I don't really have anything super planned. We're just gonna be looking at kind of what's going on over the weekend, what's going on today, going on tonight. Loving Rivals Week. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Yeah, let's look at this. And bring this over here. I need to get my in here. I need to get my Stream Deck back up in here so I can press buttons. Yeah, that Clippers game last night was great. Great. There we go. There we go. Okay, games yesterday. Rockets, Sixers. I didn't get to watch this game. Heard it was crazy though. I mean, KD is just bonkers. All these old guys, man, who like Steph, KD, Harden, LeBron, Russ, Kawhi, right? Everybody from the 2010s that was really good is now still doing good. KD had 36 and was minus 15. That is crazy. He had 5 3 balls. Meanwhile, I mean, the Sixers team, I feel like every year there's a lot of hate on Philly. Oh, Joel Embiid can't do this. This team sucks. Like, we're not hearing that anymore, and I feel like this is the year that they could go to the conference finals. Because you got Embiid going for 32, 15, and 10. Tyrese Maxey going for 32 and 10, or 36 and 10. Kelly Oubre just pouring in 26 out of nowhere. Paul George with 10, right? VJ Edgecombe's a bucket. They've got a good bench. We'll have to see. There's my point is, like I said, nobody's talking about him now, and so that's why I feel like it's going to be a big deal. Is because as soon as I stop talking about him, we could have Embiid have his first conference finals, even though he's kind of, ever since he won his MVP, he's definitely been on the downward trend, I would say. But Houston looks good as well. Let's take a little peeky at the standings. So yeah, Philly is a game and a half behind Toronto for fourth. If they play Toronto in the first round, they could beat Toronto. The Raptors are good. Then they would play the Pistons. Whoever wins Pistons Heat, they'd win. They'd play that. I don't know if that goes super well. Let's see if they've played the Pistons recently or just this season. Anything this season. Sixers, Pistons. Pistons won 114-105. But the 76ers lineup was looking like this. So, no PG, no Joel. Pistons, golly, who freaking watched this game? Jeez, no Cade, no Duren. Okay, that's a terrible example. Let's go over here. Okay, Pistons, Sixers, like a week before. Cade, Duren, Thompson, Maxey, okay, kind of the same deal. I'm pretty sure that's like it, preseason. Okay, how many more times did they play them? How many more times did they play the Pistons? April 4th, March 12th. So, yeah, okay. That could be interesting. That could be interesting for show. That could be interesting for show. What else we got? Yeah, Hornets Magic was whatever. Hornets beat the Magic. Magic got to figure it out, man. Hornets had 8 dudes in double figures. Jeez. I am not feeling good about Paolo Banchero as number one option, man. I am probably going to make a video next week. I think this might be next week's video. Bunch of different trade destinations and stuff ahead of the trade deadline. I said Karl-Anthony Towns for Franz Wagner. I don't know if that's crazy. I don't know if that's insane. But the Magic need to kind of thin out the roster a little bit. They got, I mean, look at this. A lot of great, like, good players. Noah Penda. I think either first round pick or late first round, early second. I can't remember where he was drafted at. Like, Anthony Black. You don't even have Jalen Suggs right now. He's injured. Tyus Jones, Jace Richardson's fun. Jet Howard's good. De Silva's good. Franz Wagner's not even here. So, like, you gotta. I think that they should do that. Then you could bring Wendell Carter off the bench. Like, and give Paolo more shots. If he's gonna actually be good, he's gotta be good. Nuggets have been ridiculous. Especially without Jokic. I mean, Peyton Watson, what, 35? Peyton Watson's crazy good. That is just ridiculous how good he has been. Yeah, it's just, the West is so good, dude. The West is so good. The Suns are the 5th seed. T-Wolves, Lakers are both lost. I mean, this is crazy. Pelicans, Kings, Jazz, or Mavericks, Grizzlies, Clippers are finally the play-in. They're 2.5 games behind the 9th seed, 4 games out of the 8th seed, 6.5 games out of the 7th seed, which is where preferably we want to be, because I said I want Clippers Spurs, but you gotta, I don't know if that's gonna happen. Clippers might be in this 9 spot for a minute. Let's do strength of schedule. Take a look at that. Because the most important schedules are the Lakers, because I talk about Luka winning MVP, right? Suns, because they've had a good start. So if they have a really hard strength of schedule in the future, that's not going to look good for them. They could drop out. Basically everybody. Let's just look at it. Yeah, okay. So Denver has the hardest schedule left. So does OKC. Who has the easiest? Miami. Okay, so Portland. They play New Orleans, Indiana twice, Washington twice, Brooklyn twice, Utah twice. Portland could keep it up. They could definitely win. Clippers are down here. They play San Antonio 3 more times. Jeez. Wow. Wowza. I guess everybody at the top of the West has a really hard schedule left. Denver. I mean, this is just disgusting. Dallas. You guys got a tank, bro. If you, we talked yesterday about draft, lottery, and spacing and stuff like that. And it never occurred to me that the Mavericks could get a top pick, and that would be crazy talk if they could get one of the top 4. Golden State, they're chalk, dude. I don't know what they're going to do. They're going to drop, right? Phoenix is right there, Minnesota, LA. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of, oh my gosh, what? Who's not in the, is it Houston? 7 of the top, 7 of the top 8 seeds in the West have a top 10 hardest schedule going forward, which is crazy. And mixed in that is Chicago, Toronto, and Dallas. But everybody else has a top 10 hardest schedule. Who has the most games? Brooklyn, Detroit. Detroit hasn't played a lot of games for some reason. Yeah, dude. Wow, that's crazy. We're gonna have to pay attention to this as we get further into the season. Denver having the hardest strength of schedule is crazy. They play, yeah. That's what the point is. Denver, OKC haven't even played each other yet. They don't play each other until next month. That's something that I have been waiting to see. Denver plays San Antonio 3 more times. Denver plays Detroit twice. Everybody else once. Dallas, just shout out Dallas. Phoenix plays, OKC twice. San Antonio twice. Boston twice. Detroit once. Denver once. Houston once. Lakers play OKC 3 more times. Oof. Rough stuff, man. Jeez. Houston plays, yeah, they've got an easy schedule-ish. Now, the Clippers, you got 1 more OKC game. You got 3 more San Antonio games. You got 2 more Denver games. And I'm talking about this because I'm a Clippers fan, obviously, but I'm also talking about it because I think they're going to be today's short, by the way, so peep that. Also, if you haven't checked out the shorts yet from this week, go check them out. They're doing pretty good. My one from Tuesday popped off. So, Clippers have gone 14-3 in the last 17. So, if you can keep that up, and you have one of the top, if you have the 7th easiest schedule left, 1 OKC game, 3 San Antonio games, you got to win one of those 3 San Antonio games minimum. 2 Denver games. I don't know when the Denver game is, because if it's within the next little bit, like it is next Friday, a week from today, Jokic won't be back. That's in Denver, though. And then the next one is February 19th. Jokic probably will be back. That's the first game after All-Star break in LA. So, kind of fire. Houston twice, that's fine. Phoenix, we'll have to see. And then another LA game. That's not crazy, man. That's not crazy. No team has started as bad as the Clippers have started. 6-21 and finished at 500. And the Clippers are currently, they were 6-21. Now we're 20-24. That is, in my mind, that's above 500. But obviously, that's not how my mind does not work like that. It's not, or that's not how it is supposed to work. That's ridiculous. That is crazy talk. But the Clippers are doing very, very good. Clippers are doing very good. The Warriors, man. The Warriors are 4 games above 500, but they play, like we said, they have the 4th hardest schedule left. OKC, it doesn't help that they play a ton of good teams and they don't have Jimmy. They got to make a move, man. OKC, Detroit, San Antonio, Denver, Boston, and Houston is wild. And then why do I feel like you got Sacramento twice over here, or Utah twice over here as like easiest opponents? But you could lose those teams 100%, right? The standings are so interesting in the West, like because there's a 2.5 game gap between 7 and 8. Like the top 7 are pretty secure. I don't know if the Blazers or if the T-Wolves continue to lose. I don't know how that's going to work out. Thunder are locked in. Dude, Spurs Nugs could just flip. That'd be crazy. Rockets, if they continue to surge, they're 2.5 games back from the 3rd seed. Dude, the Suns are tied for the 4th seed. I don't know what the freak is going on in Phoenix, but they're balling. Right? Shout out all my Phoenix homies, bro. Jeez. You guys are popping over there right now. It's just ridiculous. So, we will have to see, man. Yeah, today's short is probably just going to be today's short's probably just going to be Clippers saying, "Hey, can they pop off? Can they continue to do this?" Because if they can, that'd be ridiculous, right? Do they do anything if they actually get to the playoffs? Don't know. I don't know. I think that's up to Kawhi's health, potentially. James. The young guys, it's also going to be about the young guys. The short today is going to be the young. Kobe Sanders and Jordan Miller, bro. Guys popped the heck off in the game, dude. Popped off. So our bench with Batum, why the F Batum in? That was hilarious. He was in the 4th quarter, 0 points. Everyone was losing their mind on Twitter. But we had 35 points off the bench with Jordan Miller, Kobe Sanders. Jordan Miller's not a rookie. He's just a young guy. Kobe Sanders, 2nd round draft pick from this year. He's a rookie. He's been killing it. He's been doing very, very well. So as long as we continue to have that, especially because we've had injuries, it's not just that we suck. We have injuries, right? We sent Chris Paul home, whatever. Jordan Miller has been a dog. Kobe Sanders has been a dog. Yannick Niederhauser, when he comes in, he's been a dog, right? It's been absolutely fun to watch these guys. We've been missing Bogey. Brad Beal, we signed him for $5 million, and then he broke his hip. Completely just fractured his hip, right? So he's done. So, dude, this trade, I cannot wait for this trade deadline. We got like 2 weeks left before this trade deadline completely blows up. Is Giannis getting moved? I don't know. Someone was like, yo, Ryan Rollins in a 1st for Ja is like right there. And I'm like, does Ja like help the Bucks though? Is that what you want? Is Ja Morant? I don't know. I was really big guy. I was really big Ja guy. I don't know why. Voice is killing me today. I don't know. I was such a big Ja guy when he was a rookie, but something's changed. I really do like his. He's a pretty good passer. People don't give him that, but he's a good facilitator. He gets those assists. But yeah, outside of that, I'm like, I don't know why. If no one wanted Trae Young, I don't know why anyone will want Ja Morant. Which I feel bad for the guy. Like you got to make some adjustments if you were a number 2 pick overall, right? Like something's got to change. Because Jaren 100% has way better trade value than Ja does at this moment. And the Grizzlies have got to ship everybody out. Like I really don't think it's going anywhere. They are currently bottom 10. They're 11th in the West. And they're not looking to win games. I don't think. So let me know what you guys think about where they should get traded. I think they are probably the biggest selling team going into the trade deadline. The Grizzlies are, just because you got Ja and Jaren. Those are two all-star guys, right? Unless I can think of another team that is selling that much, because a lot of people are just buying. Golden State's buying. I guess Brooklyn is selling, but when are they? When are they not selling? They're literally just a big shop all the time of young guys, and people are like, "Oh, I want that guy." They're like, "Oh, okay, take him. Go ahead, give us 6 first-round draft picks." Like, that's how Brooklyn works. Let me know what you guys think about who's getting moved. I was in the game. Lakers are quiet yesterday night. Harden was more focused on triple-double over winning, so many forced errors. Credit to Jordan Miller being thrown under the bus. Kept composed. Yeah, dude, that's fire you went to the game. Because I went to a Clippers game 2 weeks ago against Boston, and I'm a Clippers fan. And all I got to see was my team Derrick Jones Jr. get injured again, and Jaylen Brown dropped 50 on our heads. So I wish I got to go to see that game. Poetic. That's kind of fire. That was a great game. All things considered, great game. Lakers are down a lot for some reason. But James did seem a little disgruntled in the post-game interview. If you watch that, I'm not going to read too much into his body language and his stuff like that, but he definitely seemed kind of like, yeah, if I don't need to go get 40, I'll go get 10 assists and we'll win the game. I don't know. It seemed something was off there because he didn't have he had a pretty bad shooting night, all things considered. And Kawhi played well. And in 26, he had 26 minutes and he had 23 points. Kawhi, dude, just ridiculous. And I just hope, not even for the fact that I'm a Clippers fan or I like Kawhi or anything. I just want to see Kawhi, no injury, just with a good team. Because in last year, 2025, yeah, we played Denver to 7 games and Kawhi was playing really, really well. But I want to just see one more Kawhi performance, We'll have to see. I'm still on the trade for draft capital vote for the Clippers, sell high on Kawhi, get those picks. Yeah, making it to the playoffs is still a high risk. You can't guarantee the playoffs, especially when the 7th seed right now, who is looking pretty rough, is Minnesota, and they're still leagues ahead of where we are, I think, in my opinion. And they still have a lot to go. They need a point guard. Gobert's been great. No one's talking about this. Gobert's going to win DPOY for the 5th time. That is absurd. This is rough. And I don't want Zoo, just because Zoo had a good game yesterday, I don't want it to sway my opinion. But holy crap, does Boston need a bite on getting Zubats? We need Simons. We need another guy who can create because we don't have that Brad Beal. Bogey can do that, but we have Jordan Miller who's good, but he's more of we need a starting guy, who can start over Chris Dunn if we need buckets to start. Let's just rip it. And we have a lineup of Harden, Simons, Kawhi, D. Jones, or JC. Or maybe we start Collins at the 5, or I don't know. That's the other situation. I saw a trade, and this would never happen. We trade Bogey and Zoo to Boston, which for them, if Bogey gets healthy, that's some pretty good depth there, right? And then we get a first, Neemias Queta, their starting center, and Anthony Simons. I'm I take that 10 times out of 10, 100%. If I'm the Clippers, 100%. Neemias Queta is very serviceable. Anthony Simons is a 30-point guy waiting to happen if you give him the right situation. And he's relatively young. How old is Anthony Simons? He's 26. So Anthony Simons being 26 is, and then we get a first off that, you gotta move Zoo, man. I love me some Zubats. And even though he had a great game last night, dude, you gotta move Zoo. So, but that's the thing is Boston could go a ton of routes. They could go to Jaren Jackson. There's rumors about Bam. There's AD. AD to the Celtics has been rumored for a decade. Like, it just let it happen already, right? Zubring on trade talk is hard to see, but I'm surprised Conan didn't play yesterday. Yeah. He's solid, dude. Yannick is he's pretty good. He's pretty good. And that's what you get when you have a practice and you stay after practice and practice pick and roll being Dwight Howard, Clint Capella 2.0 for James Harden, man. Because that's what Yannick was talking about. That James is like, hey, we're gonna work on some stuff. And I'm like, that's amazing, dude. Yannick is really, really, really good. I'm really excited. And that's why I'm like, kind of not trade Zoo just because Yannick is gonna be good. That's not what I'm saying. It's like, if we have a guy, well, also Neemias Queta, if we can get Neemias Queta from the Celtics and that happens, that'd be crazy. Next 3 drafts are going to be crazy. Yeah, this one specifically could be a big deal for a lot of people. A lot of different teams could pop off. Like, the rest of the 2020s are going to be defined a lot by this draft class. Because so far, in the 2020s, we've had guys drafted like Ant. I would like to say LaMelo, but I'm talking like actual meaningful postseason success, and LaMelo hasn't seen that yet. Ant, Wemby, potentially Cooper Flag, right? Like, Paolo, we'll see. Cade, for sure. Cade, 100%. And then this year, Darren Peterson, AJ DeBonsa. I don't know how good Cam Boozer's going to be. He's solid, but I'm getting flashes of Paolo from being a big guy, also a Duke. And Paolo right now is not matching up to the rest of his peers. I'll tell you that right now. Guys who are younger than him are popping off. And I just want to see Paolo do good. But that's my point. Is there's a lot of good talent in this draft. I need to get more familiar with like the bottom half of the lottery, because I definitely know the top half, and that's kind of what everybody about. Yeah, dude, if the Pacers get the first pick, we ran through yesterday. You can go watch the VOD. It's still up, but if you go back watch yesterday, we ran through some simulations of the draft lottery, and the Pacers won a couple of them. Pacers get Darren Peterson, bro. It is wow. That'll be fun. Get Hallie back. Woo. Jakob's still cool. Dude, I don't know, man. That's going to be fun. This whole draft class is going to be good. And that's why I'm surprised we haven't seen like as hard of tanking as in past years. Like, everybody last year, I felt like with Cooper, and don't get me wrong, Coop is a great talent, and the 25 draft class is super good. But the 26 draft class, are you kidding? With the amount of number one like guys, it's so many guys could go number one. Last year it was like Coop's number one. People were trying to say Ace Bailey, and then he dropped to 5th, and I'm like, Ace was never going to be as good as Cooper. I really think OKC got lucky last year. But what, are you talking about winning the championship? Because I've got some thoughts on that right now. People are talking about Shea winning MVP. But to me, it's hard to win another MVP when there are good candidates around you. Granted, Shea could win it by default, like I talked about in my video. If you haven't seen the long form video where I talk about Luka being MVP, go watch that. But, yeah. They're not going to hit their win record last year. Yeah. OKC's not going to. They were 68-14 last year. They're on pace at best right now for 66-16. So they have to go on a run. Not to mention they lost J-Dub, right? Bro, if Jokic comes back and plays healthy, like, OKC has to get to the finals, has to go through either Denver or, depending on how the standings fall out, like a second round and conference final matchup against Denver or San Antonio. And that just seems rough to me. That seems hard to do without J-Dub, a guy who dropped 40 points in the finals last year. Oof. That's going to be interesting to see, man. So, not saying they can't do it. They're definitely like the favorite to go to the finals. And they might even win another one depending on what the Celtics do. Because I think I had the Knicks at the beginning of the season. I think like a lot of people like, oh, the Knicks are doing good. Nobody saw the Pistons coming out and being good, let alone being the first seed, right? I think Boston's going to go to the finals, though. And OKC Boston would be a nasty series. OKC Boston would be a nasty series, dude. Jaylen Brown, you get JT back, Derek White. I mean, especially if the Celtics make a move and get a big guy. Wowza. I mean, yeah, there's so many big guys on the market that I feel like the trade market's going to explode, right? Wemby trading with KG over the past summer is showing the guy's scary. Yeah, the dude shaved his head after they lost one game to OKC. Wemby is, let's not forget, it's his third season. We've only had 3 years of this dude, and I'm already convinced that if they make it to if the Spurs make it to the finals this year, I would not be surprised. That's how good they are. I mean, they put some belt to OKC over the course of 2 weeks. Like, yeah, Tatum returns in shape to take over from Brown. Yeah, that's the thing about Tatum is I don't think it's a takeover. It's not like, what's a good example for this? Like, it's not like an example is like, okay, Austin Reeves is healthy, Luka's injured, Lakers are doing good, Austin Reeves popping off, Luka comes back, Luka probably takes over a little bit more. That's not how Tatum works. Tatum is definitely more of, Tatum is the easiest plug-and-play superstar I've seen in a minute. You put him into any situation, he's good. Not to mention that he is the number one guy. So, like, I heard Bill Simmons talking about, I think it was Bill Simmons or Kevin O'Connor. They were talking about if your biggest issue as a fan, or no, it was Kenny Beecham. If your biggest issue as a Celtics fan is what is going to happen when Tatum comes back, you got a good life, bruh. You got a good life, and that's your biggest problem. Because Tatum can fit into any situation, in my opinion. Like, that guy, he can do it, man. And the Celtics are going to be. I'd be surprised if they do not make it to the finals. I'd be surprised if Detroit makes it to the finals. I'd be surprised if New York makes it, especially right now. New York has been not very good. So, yeah, I think that the Celtics do good with Tatum. Just because, like, he's not a ball stopper. He's pretty good defensively. I've already seen videos of him, like, working out on a court. You know, we've all seen that. And then Joe Mazzulla, someone asked him, like, oh, what do you think of Tatum coming back? And he's like, I failed medical school. Like, Joe Mazzulla is just kind of funny, man. But I don't really think it's funny. I think he's kind of weird. But Boston's going to be good. So, I mean, Boston's route to the finals is pretty easy. I said at the beginning of this year that the East was a little more consistently better than the West was at the beginning of the season, because, like, that was when Phoenix was, like, doing good, but it was like, okay, well, this is still early on, and now they're the 5th seed. They're tied for 4th seed. So, and other teams, for some reason, I mean, the Cavs have had a lot of injuries. Cavs are down, right? Cavs are super down. Miami's like, whatever. Atlanta traded Trae Young. They're kind of figuring stuff out, even though I thought that they were going to be good. The Magic, Paolo has not taken the leap that I thought he was going to take. That's just how it is, right? Like, Philly is better. Philly is doing pretty good. Toronto's a lot better than I thought, but, like, it's funny to have these teams that were bad end up being good, and then you're like, okay, but the playoffs, though. Like, you got to do something in the playoffs. And the only team that could really do that, and that's the other thing, Indiana, who made the freaking finals last year, is the worst team in the Eastern Conference. No hyperbole. No exaggeration. They are literally bottom. They are the worst team right now. 2 games, bro, they are a full game behind Washington for the worst team. That's bad. That's really bad, man. That's super bad. Just kind of goofy like that, man. Like, so the East this year, I wouldn't call it weak, because could Boston beat a J-Dub-less OKC team in the finals? Yeah. Yep. Because you just don't have the offensive firepower, man. if you're going up against JB and JT, bro, if they get 2 rings, Boston fans are going to lose their mind. Like, I think that we're not talking about it as much. I mean, my light is green back there. I don't know why. I probably should change that. Boom. Celtics right there. Boom. They're already manifest. The light is telling us we got to lock in and watch Boston, right? Because they were supposed to be bad this year. They were supposed to be so bad this year, dude. So bad. Just kind of, it's wild. It is wild. Let me know what you guys think about who realistically is going to win the finals. Not like just get to the finals. Who's going to win the chip? Because I'm losing faith in OKC a little bit. They had a little skid, which is understandable, but you lose Jado for the season. Can Chet set up? Are you going to have more iHeart injuries? Like, you can't keep playing Brandon Carlson and Jalen Williams. Like, they're good, but if you go up against Boston and if Boston makes a move to go get a big guy, brother, man, it might be over, dude. Boston might just win the finals. Like, especially because OKC is going to have to go through such adversity to get to the finals in the first place. What do you guys think? Because like I said, bro, OKC has got to go through Denver and or San Antonio. They could play both in the same playoff series. Not to mention if the Warriors for the next 40 games can lock in the 8th seed for some reason. Or if the Clippers are definitely a good team. The Blazers are a good team. If you play them in the first round, that could be a little rough. Because don't forget, the Blazers gave the Thunder their first loss of the season, man. Like, they don't have a whole ton of them. They have 10. They have 10 losses. Let's see. 8 losses. 3 of those came from San Antonio. One of them came from Portland. So, let me know what you guys think about that, man. The finals is going to be interesting. Now, Luka really has to start popping off in order to win MVP, and the Lakers have to do better. Because right now it's kind of just open to Shea. But OKC camaraderie is a bit of a shock right now. Yeah. Not that they're not used to this, but they were kind of riding pretty high last year. And you know who wasn't? Boston. And you know who kept getting in the lab? Not to say OKC didn't get back in the lab. They're professional athletes. Like, they obviously were balling. But yeah, OKC, like they're such a good team, but we've just got to continue to watch and understand. They have one of the hardest strength of schedules left in the NBA. It's top 5. And if you weren't here at the beginning of the stream, I talked about 7 of the 8 seeds in the Western Conference have a top 10 or like worse, are in the top 10 of hardest strength of schedule. So, and that's because they're all playing each other. So it's going to be a freaking bloodbath in the West in the next month or two. Just from seeing the forecast. That's just straight up the weather forecast, brother. Like that. It's going to get wild. It is going to get wild. So, yeah, man. This is going to be a really fun year. Last year was fun in the playoffs because, Hallie he just kept hitting this and every series there was a playoff buzzer beater and whatever. And dude, he's just like, this year is going to be, we don't know. OKC could lose in the second round. Don't know, man. Like right now, the 4-5 matchup, they would be playing Houston in the second round. That's not fun. That does not seem enticing to me. I would not want to play Houston in the second round if I'm OKC. Last year they played Denver, and that was like right? That's why I look at least last year's finals in Halliburton. They own 2 firsts this year and next year. Dude, if you go to the finals and then the next year you get the number 1 overall pick, crazy. I mean, that's what happened to Dallas, right? Dallas went to the finals in 24 and got the first overall pick in 2025. Indiana went to the finals in 2025 and could get the first overall pick in 2026. What? Like, how? Right? That is crazy. Pacers are scary next year. Dude, that's what I'm saying. They've also been connected to Zoo, the big Zubats. Obviously, I'm talking about it because I'm a Clippers fan, but they have also been connected to Zubats. So if they could go get if they go get a big, that'd be crazy. So okay, well let's look to this weekend. What do we got this weekend? If you're watching later on the VOD, say what's up. Let me change. Shout out Poetic for being in the chat, man. Appreciate it. Fire. Okay, let's look at the rest of the games. Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, Poetic. Yeah, they. Oof. It could get crazy. It could get crazy. Indiana could definitely swing back and be good. Okay, so tonight's games. Rockets Pistons. That's gonna be good one. I mean, it's the rivalry because it's the Thompson Twins and whatever. But these are still two good teams. Two top 5 teams in their respective conferences, right? Rockets Pistons. I'm gonna have to watch. Suns Hawks could be a fun little watch if I'm doing nothing, right? Is this on Prime? Is Pacers Thunder a rivalry, NBA Rivals Week game? Nuggets Bucks is what everyone wanted to see in the finals at some point, but never happened. Shout out Jimmy Butler, right? Nuggets Bucks is crazy. Raptors Blazers is fun. Raptors Blazers could be fun. This is whatever. Okay. Saturday, man, 10 a.m. Wizards Hornets, man. Who freaking wants to watch Wizards Hornets,
NBA
bro?
NBA City sub.
Shout out NBA City for the sub 3 minutes ago. Appreciate it, homie. If you're watching, I don't know if you're watching or not. If you are NBA City, say what's up. I don't know if you sub because of the stream or whatever, but good stuff. Tomorrow, 1 p.m., Knicks, Sixers. That's a rivalry game for sure. Warriors, T-Wolves is going to be good. Cavs, Magic's going to be good. Celtics, Bulls, whatever. Lakers, Mavs, whatever. Heat, Jazz, whatever. Sunday, Kings, Pistons, Nuggets, Grizzlies, Pelicans, Spurs could be interesting. Mavs, Bucks could be interesting. Raptors, Thunder's a good one. That's kind of an underrated one for Sunday. Nets, Clippers at 7 p.m. Heat, Suns. And then Monday, we'll go over this on Monday too if there's any good games. Warriors, T-Wolves again. Nothing really crazy here. Okay, nothing insane. Nothing that crazy. Okay, if you're in chat, I got class in like 30 minutes, but I can stay on for like 10. I can stay on for like 10 more minutes. So if anybody has any buzzer beater questions, any topics, we could crack that out. Let me go throw this away because I'm done. Take 20 seconds, come up with something. I'll come back and we can chat. If you got something, let me know. 20 seconds. All right. Anything else anybody got before I got to go to class at 10 a.m. my time? Let me know if you got any other thoughts and or questions, man. If you do, we could talk about them. If you don't, we've been going for 45 minutes. Pretty good stream. Pretty good stream today, man. Pretty good stream. Let me know. Let me know. Yeah, so today's short, if you don't follow the shorts, if you're new to the channel, do a short every single day. Kind of fun. This week's shorts have been kind of popping off a little bit. Today's shorts coming about the Clippers, because the Clippers have gone 14-3 in their last 17. Started off 6-21. Now they're 20-24. Just an unbelievable run. One of the best runs in the NBA, and that's with like a good Eastern Conference trip at the time, you know. So it'll be interesting. Harden won the triple-double, almost lost his game. Yeah, man. Yeah, Harden definitely. I mean, he had what, 18, 7 and 10. He shot 2 for. I think it was like 2 for 9 from 3. Something crazy. Something like. Ugh. I like me some James Harden. Could end up being my favorite Clipper of all time. I've been a Clippers fan for not 10 years, more than that, 13 years. 13 years. Yeah, they did bench Harden at the end there. A lot of good Jordan Miller minutes. I think that's why. Like, hey, Jordan Miller's cooking. Keep him in, bro. Kawhi didn't come back till like the last 3 minutes of the game, which was kind of goofy. I was like, what are we doing here? They're making a comeback, and Kawhi's not in the game yet. Like, so that was kind of funny. That game I thought was good though. Zoo. I've been talking about trading Zoo the whole time. Everyone wants to trade Zoo, and then he hits us with the 16-19 game or 18-19. Just like, bro, what? Like, that shows the Lakers have no big, bro. If the Lakers play anybody in the playoffs with a big, i.e. Chet Holmgren, Wemby, Jokic, Şengün, Lakers are cooked, bro. They might need to go get a big guy more than anybody else. But yeah, Harden getting benched was kind of crazy. What else y'all got for me, man? What do we got? I didn't get to watch the Warriors-Mavs game, though. I kind of wish I did. I wasn't home. But I made a short on them yesterday because they are roughing it up. Zeus started getting strong in the end. He got boards to fly. Yeah. Zoo was playing big, man. He had a couple putbacks, and I was like 19 boards is a lot. That's a lot of rebounds. That is a lot of rebounds, man. Someone come take him. That's the best, like, bro. Someone come take Zoo. Great performance. Steph got upset. Yeah. I called that. Not that I called it, but I was like, yo, Steph, if they're trying to stay afloat in the Western Conference, Steph has got to go crazy. And then that day, I made a short about it yesterday morning. And yesterday, Steph popped off for 38. And did they lose? They lost, right? Yeah, they lost by 8. Rough, man. Steph. Oofda, right? That's no Jimmy. Draymond's still there, so shout out Draymond, I guess. I don't know if that does anything. Just wowza. Oh, man. Yeah, they did lose. Dang. Yeah, they're still a couple games above 500, and Jimmy's not coming back. And the trade deadline is in, let's see, next week is the 30th, and then the week after that is the 5th? Is it the 5th? Rivals week didn't really move me. Yeah. That's what, like, the only real games for me was like, I mean, what even, I don't even remember. Like, that's the thing, Chosen. I don't even remember. Like, why are Cavs Hornets? So, Cavs Hornets are playing each other. I actually found out Ball Brothers. That's the rivalry, is the Ball Brothers. But didn't LaMelo come off the bench anyways that game? I don't understand. Thunder Bucks being a rivalry was like, what? Spurs Rockets was the only one where I was like, okay. And then Lakers Clippers. But then the broadcast, Candace Parker on the Lakers Clippers broadcast on Prime was like, oh, it wasn't even like it wasn't even sorry. It wasn't even this isn't even a rivalry, man. Like, why does anyone care about this? And I'm like, just because that's what she said. It's not a rivalry because until they see each other in the postseason. And I'm like, what? Do you hear the crowd right now? The crowd's going stupid. This is definitely a big rivalry. Like, not to mention the past 15 years that I've been a fan, 13, 14, 15 years, we've been better than the Lakers for the majority, like almost, except for 2020. And even then, Danny Green just came out and said the Clippers would have been the biggest problem for the Lakers in that run if they played them. Clippers have been better than the Lakers over the majority of that time. Like 99% of the time, the Clippers have been a better franchise. I think Jimmy or Dre is going to be gone. Steph wants one more chance. You got to trade Jimmy. If you're going to trade and get a big guy, you got to offload Jimmy's contract, which is like a feels bad, man, because you tear your ACL and then they're like, peace out, homie. We got to get rid of you. Like, oof, that's crazy. That'd be rough, man. That'd be rough. It's like Steph wants one more chance, poetic, but like, you got to give Steph one more chance. Why the freak are you holding on Kuminga? Get rid of him. Like, I get that there's no value. Get him off the team. Get something else. Get something else, man. Because the guys on your roster are not working. Like, Buddy Hield, Brandon Podziemski, Quentin Post, Draymond, Al Horford. Like, what are we doing here? Trace Jackson Davis, Gary Payton. I just is like, what? Nothing. None of those guys do anything. I know. I miss CP3 going out one last time. Home game, LA. Yeah. He's still in the doghouse, man. We can move CP for somebody. That's what I hope. Poetic, are you a Clippers fan too, man? You talk about the Clippers a little bit. Let me know. Because you went to the game too. Are you Clippers or Lakers fan? Let me know. Yeah, seeing Chris Paul in the LA rivalry would have been baller. Chosen said it's over for Butler. Yeah, he's in his mid-30s. Butler might be done, man. But if anybody could do it and could pop back, it could be him. CP's a heel. I think nostalgia reason to have him waving. Yeah. But is it a coincidence that soon after they let Chris Paul go, we go on this insane run with Kawhi being hurt? I don't know. That's just kind of funny to me that they would do something as drastic as that, but that they didn't foresee also being able to, like, the locker room must have really been bad because there's no other reason why you would do that. Warriors missed so many with the draft picks, bro. Dude, I can't believe they missed on picking James Wiseman, man. That was almost a layup. 2020 was such a good draft. Such a good draft. I can't believe they missed that, man. That is just ridiculous. Oh, you're a Clippers fan? Yeah, being in the game last night would have been nuts. That's so fire, dude. I'm a Clippers fan, too. I should have. Oh, I was going to wear my Harden jersey on stream this morning. Gosh, dang it. Oh, my goodness, man. I forgot about I just bought a Harden jersey at the Intuit Dome. The red one. Hit him with the... And I went to a Lakers game that same trip over the break. And I got a Luka jersey too. The black and purple one. That's crazy. Chris cursed out the locker room and held nothing back, but you can't do that if you're not that guy anymore. Yeah, I get that. It must have not been respectful. It must have not been that respect. Like, if a team with Kawhi Leonard and James Harden, two guys who are not like very outspoken guys, has a problem with a guy being outspoken, that's an issue, right? Anybody else frustrated with how mid to bad the East is this year? The West is a bloodbath. That's what I'm talking about, Chosen. Go look at the strength of schedule. You can go look at the beginning of the stream. We talk about it. The people who have the hardest schedule is the 7 of the top 8 teams in the West have a top 10 hardest schedule remaining. Have a top 10 strongest schedule remaining. That is crazy talk. And that's why, I just talked about Boston could easily pop out of the East. 100%. Like, I don't think anybody else could beat them. Who can beat Boston in the East? Like, Detroit, I don't think is built like that yet. East has like 3 teams. East might have, like, 3 teams is... If I had to pick 3 teams, it is Boston first, 100%. Then Detroit, but Detroit to make it out of to beat everyone in the East, to make it to an Eastern Conference Finals and win the conference finals and go to the finals. I just don't see them being that good yet. And then my third team, if I had to pick a third team poetic, is like New York. If they figure it out, they could just make it. They could limp to the playoffs and just boom and figure it out, and we're all good. They're just that good of a team. But my sleeper pick would be Philly, man. Philly, if Embiid gets going and he's not healthy, or if he's healthy and not injured, dude, we could have an issue, man. Why can't Adam ever give top draft picks to the East? I know. Well, 24 went to let's see. Hold on. 25 Dallas, 25 West, 24 went to the East, 23 went to the West, 22 went to the East, 21 went to the East, 20 went to the West, 19 went to the West, 18 went to the West, 17 went to the West. No, 17 went to the East, 16 went to the West. Yeah. So, the draft this year is going to be a problem. Yeah, bro, if a Western Conference team, gets the first or like second pick, the East might be out of commission for the rest of the decade, dude. Like, you're gonna have to say, all right, we're gonna have to start scouting middle schoolers, bro. We're gonna look class of 2030. What we got, man? Because we got a tank for that point. Like, and well, the East also, the teams aren't functioning very well in the East. Like, do you see the thing about Miami has been like, oh, well, we're just waiting to target Giannis in the free agency with money. And it's like, okay, well, you're talking about that with KD. You couldn't keep Jimmy. You wanted Dame. You're waiting for, like, you want Jokic. And that, like, you always want these guys in the offseason, but you don't go get. How come no one's there? It's just been Bam and Tyler Hero. Like, where's all your guys at? If you're saving money for that, what the freak is the point of that? So that's why the East is also not functioning super well. I don't know what their problem is. Boston's doing great, right? And I swear to you, bro, if Boston makes a move, if they get a big guy, it is wraps for the East, let alone the West. It is wraps. East is done. Chalk it up. You're done. Go to the finals, and then some team is going to come limping out of the West, and if they're not ready, bro, Boston's going to go bonk right on the head, and they're done. If Detroit had Kawhi, it'll change the landscape, or Philly trade. So that's what I'm saying. If someone on the East makes a big swing, like Detroit getting MPJ, not a big swing. Detroit getting Kawhi, if that happens, the internet will explode. And I will, frankly, be very sad, depending on what we get, because I don't want Jaden Ivey back for Kawhi. That would be terrible. Give me anybody else. Yeah. I don't know, man. Someone's got to make a big move. Pacers should be special next year when Hallie come back. Yeah, Chosen, that's what me and Poetic were talking about earlier. The fact that they went to the finals and now we're getting the first round draft pick. If they could get a first round draft pick, or not a first round. Went to the finals, could end up getting the number 1 overall pick. That'd be crazy. Yeah, if Pacers get a top 4 draft pick, bro, it is. Now imagine if because they still got Nembhard, they got Nesmith, they got Siakam, you got Halliburton back. Losing Miles Turner kind of sucked, but whatever. I don't know. Go get another big guy somewhere. Trade for Zubats. Give me Ben Mathurin, bro. Give me Ben Mathurin in the first. Pacers actually had an elite team. No one wants to talk about it. Pacers were so good, man. And we should have seen it too. It's not like they did anything. They went and got Siakam the year before. Now they come up and popping off. So, anyways, yeah, that's some good stuff, man. That's some good stuff. All right, homies. Well, no stream tomorrow. Stream on Monday. Go check out the video. Came out Wednesday. Go check out the shorts. If you want to be a member, go check it out. Hit the join button. After you hit the subscribe button, it's $2 a month, and we're gonna do a members only podcast soon. So let me know if you guys want to do that. That's something it supports me directly, and it goes right back into making that show for you guys. It's just a fun little thing. I like these streams though. Streams is fire. Maybe they get Cam Boozer for the Pacers. AJ DeBounce at BYU, Darren Peterson, Kansas. Hey, next Saturday is BYU, Kansas. place, I believe. Yeah, Caleb. That's the 4. AJ, Darren Peterson, Cam Boozer, Caleb Wilson. If you get in the top 4, you're doing fine. But appreciate you guys. Chosen Provider, you guys are dogs, bro. Streaming on Monday morning, probably the same time, 8:30 my time. That's 7:30 Pacific. Yeah. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day, bro. That's all I got for today, man. We'll see you guys on Monday if you pull up.